Is something happening in your body? Something really big, like my vibration is changing? I don't feel the same. Actually, maybe what's changing is that I'm starting to actually feel and make choices to feel better. Are you becoming a fifth dimensional being? Is your vibration rising? Are you leaving the old frequency of the third dimension? We can see and have been observing now for several years that the planet is changing. But you are part of the planet. Your physical body is anyway, and it too is changing, and for the better. My name is Sonia Choquette. I am an intuitive guide, and I've been a channel for over 45 years. And I'm here to talk about the things I've been preparing us for forever. I first talked about changing vibration and going into the fifth dimension in 2007 when I wrote the book Soul Lessons and Soul Purpose, which really was about raising your vibration and starting to become someone who resonates as a spiritual being in a divine frequency versus an ego-centered being who's just trying to survive. So that was sort of the first way, but guess what? That way brought us here, and now every one of us is in the process of raising our vibration, some slower than others. So today we're going to check, where are you physically in that process? And if it is a little slow, how we can accelerate it. So the first thing I want you to do is, first, I want to welcome you. If you've been with me before, welcome back, and thank you for coming back. If you're new to my channel, maybe your spirit guided you here. So how exciting and wonderful is that? And I'm so happy you're here. And I hope whether you're coming back or you're new to the channel, if you like what you're experiencing here, you subscribe and stick around. So today we're going to talk about the signals of how my body is changing so that I become more aware of the vibration I'm in, and actually how the vibration is changing, because what's happening most of all is your spirit, your divine self, is reconnecting to your physical body. And that is the reason everything is changing. So let's start with some indications that your energy field is changing and that your vibration physically is elevating. Have you noticed that all of a sudden you are interested in taking care of your body? And I'm not talking about the manic workout at the gym and selfie look at me. I'm talking about, this is the home my spirit's traveling in while I'm in the physical plane. So I want to clean it up. I want to clear it out. I want to purge what doesn't work for me anymore. And that will show up like this. Maybe all of a sudden you were a drinker before, you just don't want to drink as much, or not at all. Now, sometimes that comes about with just a yuck feeling. I'm just not interested. Sometimes, and it's happening to quite a few people, maybe this has happened to you, that you've gotten a little bit of vertigo, a little bit of dizzy. Now, first of all, that is for sure that your vibration is shifting. Think of it this way. When you're in your ego, it's sort of like being in AM talk radio. It's a lot of head talk, a lot of ego, a lot of opinion, yours, everybody's, a lot of noise, a lot of defense, a lot of, I got to hold and protect myself, can't concentrate, don't feel safe. But when you go to the fifth dimension and your frequency elevates, it's like all of a sudden you're listening to satellite and it's beautiful music that you love. And there is no noise. All of a sudden, you can relax. Can you imagine? And you want more of that. So you're going to want to get away from that noisy frequency. So have you noticed that you are a little bit not as grounded, perhaps, as you've been? Because we used to be very grounded in the dense energy of the ego, but now we're learning to ground into the authentic and loving experience of my spirit, my real self, which is beautiful. you might want to not drink so much, or you might be a little turned off when you're around alcohol or any addictive type stuff. And some people could say, hey, wait a minute. There's so much addiction on this planet. There's so much going on. And, the truth is that the people who are really getting caught up in addictions and caught up in all of that are trying to level up. They're trying to elevate. They're trying to improve their experience, but they have no idea how. So they're vulnerable to these invitations and these promises of a quick relief. So you might find that maybe you've even tried that. Maybe I've tried drinking. Maybe I've tried drugs. Maybe I've tried smoking pot. Maybe I've even, looking into all kinds of alternatives. But the truth is, what's really happening is you're getting connected to your physical body and how your spirit feels in your physical body. Because if your physical body is too chaotic, stress, addiction, noise, drama, neglect, your spirit leaves on what's called the silver cord in your solar plexus or your belly button. That's why you're checked out. That's why all of a sudden you're here but not here. You ever seen that where your eyes kind of just glaze over, but you don't really connect and see anybody, and your jaw gets a little bit tight because you're just clamping down the throat chakra and shoving yourself away from your heart? Well, good thing. It's changing. So let's get back to the point. Are you finding that you just want to be a little bit more sober? Are you deciding you want to drink water? That's another interesting indication that your spirit is returned to your body, because water creates a beautiful experience energetically for your spirit and your body. It purges, it cleanses, it calms, it hydrates. And when you have enough water, you can be more aware. So that's all of a sudden, not just getting another Red Bull or another coffee. Let's just have a glass of water. That could be really brand new, but that is a sign that your body is starting to connect with your spirit and go to a higher frequency. The other thing that you might notice is there's a lot of anxiety, and you might even be flooded with it. It's like, why don't I feel good? Why do I feel so weird? And it's not even unsafe. It's just different. Well, partly because you're feeling anything at all. That's the big part, is that your spirit is now back in your body and you're starting to be aware of how you feel, because your feelings are your fuel for creativity. So if your fuel is all clogged up in old stuff, you're starting to feel like, I got to get rid of this. So you're becoming more consciously interested in how to move anxiety out. Maybe all of a sudden you've decided you want to meditate. If you did, congratulations. And if you are, give it a go, and don't expect some like you're going to check out and be in nirvana. Just, you're teaching yourself to be present and relaxed in your body in this moment, so that you can be more aware, more informed, and more energetically available to be the creator that you are. So meditation is another strong appeal. You may have thought, I don't meditate. I'm not a meditator. But all of a sudden, you're looking at all the meditation apps, or you're taking an interest. So lean into that. Do meditate. Do give it a few goes. And don't have an agenda with it. Just let yourself relax in your own body. Are you aware of or becoming a little bit more interested in what you're eating and if it's right for you? So I'm not going to advocate for anybody what your right diet is. I just want to make sure that you're starting to pay attention to what I am eating does have an effect. And that, how do I know what to eat? Does it make you feel energized? Do you feel good? Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel supported? Well, eat more of that. It's interesting. Our bodies are going to change a lot. You might find all of a sudden you don't want to carry the weight you've been carrying, and you're just going to get rid of it. You're just going to let it go. I just talked to a client that I've worked with for 25 years who's probably the most gorgeous person I know as far as love and generosity and spirit. But poor boundaries in the past, which is I'll talk about in a minute, have kept him from feeling safe. So he's had tremendous weight issues. Well, in the last 3 months, all of a sudden, he's not interested in managing his feelings that way. He's learning to say, no, I'm not interested. He's learning to be clear about, does this work for me or not? He's learning to be aware, I don't want to overdrink and overeat. And without trying, he's lost 60 pounds because his spirit is in the body and his spirit is making the decisions. Like, that doesn't work for me, or this does work for me, or those are my boundaries, and I have sovereignty in my life. So if you want to lose the baggage, then you too can focus on, call your spirit back into your body, and this is how you do it. Just take a breath in, open the jaw, open the throat, and let out a sigh. Oh. And you'll notice you're in your heart, and that's where the spirit comes in. Your mind gets quiet, and you bring that spirit in and see it filling you up. Your spirit is beautiful. It's your life force. It's the light in your eyes. It's the energy that gives you the ability to move, to think, to speak. It's your essence. It's your presence, and you can't improve upon that. It's your divine self. You just want to pull it in, be present, and then start checking in with, here's the question for your boundaries. You start wondering, don't think, is this right or wrong? Is this right or wrong? What you want to do with everything is to use the word true. Does this truly feel harmonious with me? Does this truly feel good to me? Does this truly feel uplifting? What is my actual experience? That's what you want to do to bring in that fifth dimension self, which is your spirit leading your life. Do I feel like I'm being authentic? Is what I'm saying truly what I want to say? We don't want to educate other people and take them to school and tell them off, because that's just more the ego fighting. We just need to say, that doesn't work for me. I love myself, and so I'm going to do what works for me. I know that's disappointing, but I'm going to take care of me. I know you want me to party with you, but I'm not feeling it, and I need to do what feels good to me. Practice those sentences, because that really catapults you quickly into the fifth dimension. Your spirit is in your body, empowered self. You may be waking up at night. This is another indication that your body's changing. You know, what happens with that is that emotions and experiences that got stuffed, that aren't congruent with your spirit, need to be purged. So if you're waking up at night, don't get frustrated and don't get fearful. Oh my God, I can't sleep. Just say, okay, I'm ready to let this go. Get up, go get a drink of water. If you have one by the bed, sit up, drink the water. Water is going to purge this energy, and say, I release and let go. That doesn't serve me anymore. I'm just going to let this go. Speaking of letting go, the other thing in your body is about your body is you're going to find it's letting go of a lot of things. It might be letting go of sitting. You may all of a sudden want to go for that walk or want to do some stretching. You may want to do some yoga or Tai Chi or Qigong. And it's like, where'd that come from? Well, these are the movements. Anything graceful and peaceful that allow your spirit to spiral into your physical alignment and express through you. So these physical experiences create pathways for your spirit to take over. For example, have you ever been invited to a wedding, say, and it's time to dance? And everybody initially is just shuffling their bodies around cars with everybody driving, no engines on, just shuffling around the dance floor. But as the feeling mounts and as the energy rises and as this feeling of safety comes in, that people really start to let their spirit take over, and the dances become more spontaneous and exuberant, and you lose yourself and you're just moved in a direction and you didn't even know where that came from. Well, that is your spirit descending into your body. And that is what living in the fifth dimension means. My higher frequency spirit is going to take over. And that is the self that's going to live through me, not my scaredy cat, barking dog, fraidy cat, fight with everybody ego. That's going to step aside. And this more spontaneous, conscious, loving part of me is stepping in. So if you notice your body changing and you notice your habits and your interests, don't want to drink, you want to eat a little better, you're more interested in moving, then that is exciting news because you are ascending to a higher vibration while your spirit is stepping in and taking over. That is your empowered self. If all of a sudden you're a little nervous and agitated and ungrounded and can't sleep and a little bit sensitive, don't judge. These are signs that you're purging that old energy and it's just going to be moving through you. So have patience and have humor and drink a lot of water because your frequency is changing and water is bringing in this purge causing the purge of the old and bringing in the flood of new vibration. Now we're going to keep doing, and I'm going to keep talking about this bit by bit because that's how we learn and adjust and assimilate new energy. We don't want to get flooded and overwhelmed. But here are some things for you to pay attention to, and it'll be fun for you. Start to be aware of your spirit. You know how you're aware of your spirit? Your spirit makes you smile. Your spirit doesn't talk much. It's just here and engaged and diving in and wants to do and try and experience new things. Your spirit has an open heart. So you're going to find that you're going to be kinder toward yourself and others, but especially toward yourself right now. Like, I am going to eat better. I do need to drink water. I am going to meditate. I'll try that yoga thing. I'll try that qigong thing. And just love the experience. Welcome the spirit of you because the spirit of you is what you have been waiting for. You know, that song from U2, I still haven't been found what I'm looking for. It's your spirit. And he or she is coming home. So we'll work with this slowly but surely. But if you like this, stick around. Tell me what is happening with your spirit. Are you waking up? Do you suddenly want to meditate? All of a sudden you're over drinking. Do you want to eat better? Do you feel like you want to try some qigong or do some movement? Are you spontaneously just aware that you're in your body and present? Share with me what's going on with you because when you name it, you claim it. And even by saying, yes, 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 this is happening, you anchor that higher frequency into your being and you get comfortable there. You don't slip back into that dark space of fear and isolation. You stay present. So I want to hear, I want to know, and I want you to share because guess what? Let's hold hands and let's all elevate and ascend together. That's what makes us the happiest. So even though we're in all parts of the world and we're all different states of consciousness, going into this higher frequency, which is to meet our spirit. The secret about the spirit is there's one beautiful divine spirit that we all share called love. So breathe into that, connect, pay attention, hold on, and here we go. And if you like it, subscribe and stick with us because now is the time for us all to get comfortable living in this higher frequency and being who we really are. And that's what we're doing. So subscribe and I'll see you soon. All my love.